Welcome to the X Dr. Tommy O Show. The X Dr. Tommy O Show takes a holistic approach to our community healthcare needs. Today's show is about our community needs regarding children's education. Today, we were blessed to be in Bishop Burkett's church, Church Life Community Church, to discuss the brand new school. This brand new school is called Bronx Academy of Promise. I have two distinguished guests. My first guest, directly to my right, Ms. Chavarella, who is the principal of this new school, as well as Bishop Burkett. I want to thank both of you for being here at the X Dr. Tommy O Show to discuss this brand new show, the brand new school. This is a wonderful gift that's been given to our community, because education is so important. It is the foundation to our youth and to the advancement of our community as well as our country. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us, Dr. I was born in the Bronx and raised in a suburb right outside the Bronx, and decided that I wanted to return to the Bronx for high school. And I went to Cardinal Spellman High School, where I graduated from, right there on Baychester Avenue in the North Bronx. And after graduating high school, I went on to higher education and went to the University at Albany, where I majored in biology, actually. Thought I was on the track to be an athletic trainer. And then on graduation, decided at the last moment, I think I want to be involved with kids on a day-to-day basis. So I returned back to the South Bronx and had my first teaching position in the South Bronx at Sacred Heart Elementary School in the Highbridge section. I taught 6th grade there for 3 years. And then at that point I said, okay, I think I want to take this to the next level, and I want to be a leader in a school. Returned back to the State University of Albany and did my master's in education administration and supervision. Upon graduating with my master's degree, I returned back to the Bronx. I keep coming back to the Bronx, Dr. O. I keep coming back.
That's it.
And I returned back, and I received my first principalship at St. Raymond's Elementary School over on East Tremont. And I served there as the principal for 3 years. I had a wonderful experience. I'd like to say hi to my students previously that I had at St. Raymond's. And then took a little hiatus again away from the Bronx and moved down to Baltimore for a little bit. Worked there in some charter schools for Imagine Schools for 3 years. And then came right back to the Bronx, and here I am, and I'm really excited to be back.
Oh, we're very blessed that you came back to the Bronx. That's a similar story with me. I was here and I trained because I have family who lived in the Bronx, and I went to medical school out in Iowa, and then I came back to New York to train in my residency, and I trained at St. Barnabas. And as my audience, they know I trained at St. Barnabas. Right after residency, I went to Long Island, but a year later, I was back in the Bronx. And you know, well, why? I don't know. I have a calling, and I'm able to have an understanding with the individuals from the Bronx, the community. I have a closeness there because the Bronx is unique compared to other boroughs. It has rich history. You know, talking about where the new school will eventually be located, which is the former Supreme Courthouse. A rich history, and just like here with Bishop Burkett in Church Alive, this facility has rich history. So what attracted you to become a teacher?
I think it was my experience in education as well as the fact that my parents were always really focused on education for me. I had a wonderful experience in elementary school, an even better experience in high school, and I wanted to give back to the community in which I actually went to school in. You know, that coupled with my love actually for athletics, I found it to be a perfect fit to be a teacher. It gave me the opportunity to be with kids and work on developing that whole child that I'm so passionate about. And then I also coached, you know, in the afternoons after school, so I got to continue working with the children. So it was the best of both worlds for me.
Right, right. It's a nice marriage where you have a good, becoming a positive role model, good experiences, good testimony where you know, strong family values, enrichment through education. You went through higher education, all those years of schooling, undergrad, you got your BS degree in biology. Same with me. Then you went on to get your master's degree, and now you're a principal. Very important, because you're for this is something for the girls, the female viewers. This is a positive role model for you. Make a difference in your community. Get your education. Be a leader, a strong leader. Miss C, she's a role model, and that's why she was chosen to be the principal of this new academy. This is something that the Bronx is lacking. Well, not anymore. We're here to stay. We're here to make a difference. And like I said in previous shows, with Bishop Paquette, myself, as well as Miss C, this is the God Squad. We were here on a mission, sent here to make a difference. Well, Bishop,
Right.
how did you get involved with this?
Well, about 2 years ago, I met a gentleman who came to my church, the owner of the courthouse, Mr. Weinstein. And he came to the church, and he was so amazed at the fact that we had preserved a lot of the history, and a lot of his family's history is right here. And we'll find Weinstein Pavilion, Weinstein plaques on the wall. And he was so touched, he said, you know what? I have another building. I have not another building. And when I say that, have another building, because this was the temple. This was the synagogue. All right? But he said, I have a building. It's a courthouse. And I'm going to want you to tell me what could I do with this courthouse. I said, well, look at it. So we drove over there, we looked at it, and I said, this courthouse has to be a school. It has to be a school. And we worked hard with the Board of Ed, and they couldn't make it a reality, and almost gave it up until one day I got a phone call from a minister called Wendy Calderon Payne, and she called and she said, we're looking for a building because we have a vision for a school. And so the vision for the school came about through Wendy Calderon Payne, who's the former chairperson of Bronx Academy of Promise. And she told me about it, and I spoke to Mr. Weinstein about it, and he said, fine, and the procedure began to roll. And so I understand it's been 4 years. Urban Youth Alliance has had a great relationship with Imagine Schools, and so there was a marriage there to make this courthouse, as you're going to see it on the screen, a reality, a school, no longer a place where young people, you know, go to jail or adults go before the justice system to be incarcerated, but now we're turning a courthouse, a prison, a jail into a school, and I think it's just tremendous. I'm here also speaking for our new chairperson. Our new chairperson is a dynamic man of God. His name is Reverend Michael Carrion Jr., and you'll get a chance to meet him. And he really has matter of fact, he helped write the whole proposal to make this a reality. And so I like, now when we talk about our principal, well, I'm excited about Jennifer C., okay? And Jennifer Cavarelli, and I really appreciate the fact that we have found you to be our principal for the school. And folks, you're going to love her, okay? She's going to tell you more about the curriculum and all that. And Dr. Burkett serves as a treasurer for the board of the Bronx Academy of Promise. And I'm excited, and I know you're going to be excited, because the Bronx is returning, and not only with buildings and houses and tenants, no longer with just churches and other areas, but with schools. Thank you, Mr. O'Brien, Dr. O'Brien, for the opportunity to share.
Oh yeah, no, this is great. This is what, it's a team. There's no I in team. We work together. When we work as a unit, and it's called a community, when we work as a team, we can move mountains. And this is an example. We took an abandoned building, and that was something special in the past.